Boom!
What's up, guys? Welcome to the Republic. We're back again with another episode covering this week's games, But before we go in any further, there's a few people want to say thank you to. Neymar?
Absolutely. Guys, I'd like to send a shout out to Kaylin, Lindy, Annaline, Kirsten, Marvin, Fernando, Kanan Rix, Conway, Giron, Tamsin, my bros out there from Paul. Absolutely. The Amp fam, who can forget? Grant, Neve, Shannon, Justin, and Liam. Thank you so much for getting us to 100 subscribers.
100 subscribers,
Appreciate
guys.
you.
We've arrived. We're officially famous.
Like and subscribe. Your Lambos will be in the mail. Let's get into it.
Let's get straight into it. We're going to start with Arsenal. We're going to start with the most boring game.
Yeah.
Did you watch the Arsenal game? What do you
I
think
didn't watch
of
the
it?
Arsenal game. I thought, you want me to take
Yeah.
it on Arsenal? Okay. Look, I thought, you know what? It kind of got me salty. Like the way you guys can really like shift the ball in the box like that, like from that set piece. The way you guys can just move in these small spaces, especially from like when Saka's got the ball on the wing. Like what you guys do with those triangles in that specific area. That I'm really jealous about. That really gets me going. Because like you guys just know, okay, when you guys are, I think that's your magic area. I think your magic area is in that little space just before you get to the corner area. That's where I think you guys do the best work. You guys move it really well. You guys know exactly where it's going. It's never just a ball into the middle of nowhere. It's always
That byline cutback.
a byline cutback. Calculated, but it's not just a byline cutback. It's a byline. Get the ball to this specific person.
Yeah.
Fucking Saka gets the ball, gets it into Trossard's feet. Wonderful finish by Trossard. Trossard has been absolutely amazing. We always knew Trossard had been great. We always knew.
That finish.
And I think seeing that, even the way Declan Rice moved out of midfield to come in, there's always like that one midfield that comes out into that area and he gets in on the action there.
Yeah.
You guys form that 3-man play where you guys will give it this way, give it that way. You guys have many ways of working it. And it works really well all the time. If I could fucking speak to a bunch of coaches and say, that's the fucking place. You need to take these niggas out. That's where you need to focus your cap. Even against United as well. You guys causing so many problems in that area because you're isolating the fullback. And the one centre half can't really do much because if it gets thrown out, now it's easy for you guys.
Yeah, no, it's one ball through the middle.
So basically it's 3 against 1 essentially if your midfielders are like
McTominay.
or McTominay or something like that. So like it's a good area to like focus on, and I think Zinchenko also did really well for me. Like there was a couple of balls into that specific area where there was one moment where the ball was coming in the air and Zinchenko just gave it just a touch into the area. I think he's got like great technique to play in those small spaces. Yes, he isn't the best defender. He's not fast. I don't necessarily rate him that well, but he's a baller.
He's a baller. He can ball out. He can ball the fuck out. Like.
Otherwise, solid performance by the Gunners. And it's becoming a consistent, usual thing. Yeah.
Look, I personally don't think we've even made it out of second gear yet, blood. Like I haven't seen a single game where I'm like, we're cooking. Like we're cooking today. Yeah. We haven't gotten up to that speed yet, and I'm not too worried about it because we're getting results. And getting results when you're not playing well, I think is... Because no one... Can you tell me if you care about the 3 points you got 2 weeks ago? No, you don't. You just care that you got them. Yeah. Playing well is always great, but the days you don't play well, you better win, blood. And that's it. Champions League coming up in a week. I have a mini round. Eddie Nketiah.
Go ahead.
Okay, so Arteta changes the team. He finally brings in Raya. He brings in... Fabio Vieira for Havertz. Perfect. Vieira's balling. Like, the last one is Eddie. Why are we sticking with this man? He does nothing. Eddie Nketiah does nothing. Like, I could have been at centre forward and I would have made a bigger difference in the game than Eddie Nketiah. Like, he's just not that guy. He's just not that guy. And to be honest, when Jesus is fit, should be starting. It's finished. I'm sure Jesus is going to start in the Champions League, but it's clear that Eddie Nketiah is just not that guy. In January, in the summer, I'm looking for a new striker to challenge Jesus, like a pure 9, a goal scorer, because I'm not happy with Eddie, blood. Eddie, that out here, blood. Eddie and me, we're not vibing. Raya, bro.
Yeah.
Raya is better than Ramsdale.
You think so?
Distribution-wise, Raya is better. Like Raya kicks the ball to people. You know how many times I've seen Ramsdale hit that ball out to Saka, no? And it's completely bang it into the crowd. Like, bang it. Raya's floating. This boy's out through pressure. Yeah. So you know, I can't really complain about the Arsenal performance.
I think you are looking at Eddie with a pair of blackened sunglasses.
It's not blackened.
The way I see it, I think Eddie, he's not that guy, but he's the kind of guy that work. He's a good cog in the system, and I think that's kind of he's the guy for you guys, man. I don't think you necessarily need that guy. You know what I mean? I don't think you necessarily need the guy. I think the way you guys are playing now, having someone like Jesus and someone like Eddie, they aren't gonna get you 30, but they don't need to get you 30.
I would like someone that gets me 30 very much.
You see, but when you get someone that gets you 30,
even now,
you give up something else. You
like
know
what?
I mean? You just like the overall
what has Haaland given up?
fluidity.
Everyone said that it was going to be with City and then
Haaland
Haaland
is
scored
a
40.
genetic outlier.
Now,
Obviously,
why
Haaland's
can't
on
I go get
steroids,
me
bro.
a small little Danish outlier, blood? Like just Danish, Norwegian, any one of those Icelandics.
Yeah.
No, your boy is dead food, blood, but we'll get
We'll
there.
get there, we'll get
look,
there,
Look,
we'll get there.
talking about your boy, let's go into the United.
We're gonna dive straight in. Now look, I'm ranting straight to the
Go.
Let's go. So, I'm not going to talk about the game specifically. Because I think when you look at the game, mate, when you look at our game now, the lot, you could see that problem in every game, even the game we won. You could see it against Arsenal. You could see who we were playing. Was it Forest we played when we went down and we went up again? 3-2?
Yes, Forest.
You could see it in all of our games. Look, the best teams in the world have an identity. Like Bayern Munich, Robin Ribery, the way they used to play with the wings.
Yeah.
Barcelona.
You knew what was coming.
Position. Like the back in the Arsenal with that like gentle, beautiful football. Really. Yeah. United with the wing play. You know what I mean? And we're always coming back in the late hours.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Now that's Arsenal's thing.
Yeah, every great team has an identity. And we don't necessarily have that identity, but what we do have is counter-attacking football. That's all we really have. And I think we really need to play to that. And I think the one thing is that's missing with that is, I was thinking about today, it's like kind of a way to kind of create a defensive offense. Or no, an offensive defense. Where we just don't win the ball back quick enough. We need to be able to win the ball back as soon as possible. We need to win the ball back quicker. We are not winning the ball quick enough. We lose the ball and then it will take us so long, so many phases of play to get the ball back. By then, the team had great chances. But something bad happens.
Now, tell me, where's your problem with the pressing? Because I've noticed, and the narrative is that Rashford doesn't press. That's the narrative. So left wing is the
no. I don't think so. I don't think you can necessarily like identify where the hole is. Who doesn't press enough? I think like literally all it is we are not, wherever the ball may be, we are not winning the ball back enough. We will have possession of the ball and then we lose it. And before we get that ball back, there'd be a long phase of play. Like, look at you guys. Yeah. We lost the ball came out, Edison won it back, and we get the chance of that. And it's a good counter-attacking team, because you got to play to your strengths. We're not going to be playing like Prime Barca. A good counter-attacking team, even Barca won the ball back very quickly.
Yeah,
wins the ball back quickly. So if you're a counter-attacking team, and you make chances on the counter, if you win the ball back more, you make more chances. And we don't make enough chances. You know what I mean? We don't make much chances. That means we're not winning the ball back. So let's say against Arsenal, maybe we'll lose the ball. You guys will be able to play through so many different phases of play before we can actually win the ball back and make something of that. You know what I mean? I think the name of the game for United is.
But is that not on the manager?
I don't look
like.
I think
what you're describing is a management issue.
It's difficult, bro.
Look, it can't be difficult because you aren't even attempting it. No? If you were attempting it and people were playing through your press, I could understand. But you aren't attempting a press, and there's no way a manager that went out and told you to press, and you not pressing, he's going to be happy with that. You'll at least see someone trying to do it, but no one looks like they're doing it. So it's clearly something that's come down from management that you don't press.
I don't think. Look, I think if Ten Hag had to would have wanted it to be that way, I think if he could get it that way, he would. But I think there's just a difficulty now, where I'm not gonna say the kind of quality we have doesn't suit that. It's just that Everton's great, Casemiro's great, and Bruno's great. Like we have a good midfield quality wise, but they don't necessarily have that doggedness in them. Where
What midfield has that doggedness?
many midfields do.
Like it's literally something you must do by trying, blood. You can't say, oh no, it's the personnel. It's with the personnel that you have to press. And I think you have more than enough to press. You have Bruno that runs for days, you have Casemiro that runs for days. Eriksen is the weakness, no? But if everyone else around you is pressing, it looks better. Mount's a very good presser. Like Rashford, I haven't seen much of. The rest of your team should be able to do it. I just think your manager is not doing it.
I think I can almost guarantee you. I don't know this for sure, but I can guarantee you. When Ten Hag is talking to the team, he's telling them to press.
No,
It's
I disagree,
100%.
because you would have seen that on the field.
100%. The thing
No,
is,
bro,
it's
you would
not
have seen it on
about
the
that.
field.
It's not about that. It's not always that when a manager has an idea, he's just able to like tell the players to do it and they do it perfectly. I think what happens is the manager gives the team an idea. When the team doesn't stick to the idea, you lose. Do you know what I mean? And I think that happens too often with us.
No. I fully disagree with you. What are you talking about?
100%, bro.
Press, there would be an evidence of a press. Someone would be
So
pressing, so someone would be your start point.
What
no?
you are saying that Ten Hag is telling them not to press? Is that
I
what
think
you're
so.
saying?
I think he's choosing something different. Maybe when you don't have the ball, you sit back in a tighter shape because you're so hard to break down. So I think he's trying to make
not
you
hard to break
defensively more astute. Because against Arsenal, you had that tight little 8 basically in front of the D. And that's not pressing. That's you when you become compact. So you can either press is when you expand and you loosen and you try to chase the ball that way, or you can make it compact and you try to win the ball through the lines.
Yeah.
That's the only two ways. So you're so clearly going compact, try to win, to get interceptions in between the lines. It's not pressing. That's a tactical thing. Because with a press, you can see someone starting the press. You can see someone trying it and then looking back and telling people, where are you? Because I'm the only one pressing. You would see a complaint in that sense. But when I watch you, I don't see that. It looks like he's happy with what is happening and the team is happy. You're so definitely trying to be compact. You're not trying to
I don't think so. Look, I think if you look back at our managers going back with Ranić, he was supposedly trying to get the team to press. I'm sure every manager we've had has tried this. The thing is, we don't necessarily have that kind of like grit and culture where we can have those players, that kind of press. A lot of the times, bro, like when we play a team that's not necessarily matching with us quality-wise, they will outwork us. Like Brighton outworked us. We don't necessarily, it takes so much for us to like get into that mindset of that dogged mindset. Like we always approaching every game like we are this kind of Rolls Royce team. Like we trying to, just move through this with quality and stardom. But at the same time, like these teams, the Premier League is getting too hard for that now. You can't have that kind of mindset, bro. Every team comes at you like they have a gun to the head. And we don't play that way. And I think that's just been a hallmark of so many different United sides down the line. Like we've always just not had that. In certain games, yes. But in many games, we don't really have that dogged fight. Because we don't necessarily play amazing football.
Okay,
I'm gonna
drag you to a corner and I'm gonna ask you, just straightforwardly, does Erik ten Hag have to shoulder any blame for the way you saw playing? Or how much blame do you think he shoulders for the way you saw playing and your current set of results? You can blame injuries, you can blame everything else. How much blame out of 10 do you think Erik ten Hag is for that Brighton result?
For that Brighton result, I'll give him a 3.
You say he accounts for 3% of the blame.
I'll give him 3. I'll give 7% to the players because I think that's ultimately how it works.
No, but
in my mind.
Okay, so you hold players more accountable than the manager.
I do hold players more accountable than the manager. Yes, generally in my mind, like for me, if I'm looking at it like from my perspective, if I was the manager and I was trying to get a point across, that point is not always gonna come across on the field. You know what I mean? Not always. You're not always gonna get what you want out of your players. You don't always get what you want out of your players. The managers that are expertly good get that out of their players a lot of the time. Like let's say Klopp and Guardiola. They can impose that upon their players, but like it really takes a special kind of manager to really do that. And I think Ten Hag can sometimes do it, but I think United sometimes they can kind of fall back on what they know as a team. When things are going bad, we tend to not stick to the game plan. The game plan goes out the window. And now we kind of go down to like,
Survival mode.
Survival mode. Ping it to Rashi. Rashi gets one-on-ones. You'll see it. When we get 1-0 down, you're gonna see we're gonna start to lose the structure. Structure goes. Now we start doing what you know of United for the last few years. You'll just see it.
I hear that, no? I hear that. But what I'm trying to tell you is that there must be accountability for the manager, because you can't change the squad, no? You can't change the squad. You can only change the manager. You really can't. And this isn't a head on for Erik ten Hag, no? But I think tactically you got it wrong against the Zerbi. You got it completely wrong. You played the diamond. In the diamond, you have now no one covering the wings. Now, Brighton's fullbacks are sitting in bags of space. That is not the players. There was a constant overload in their wing backs. That is not the players that chose for that. McTominay and Eriksen have to now run out to the wings to go and try to cover that. But they're sitting so centrally. And how can we shoulder 3 out of 10 of the blame when you've literally set your team up incorrectly? So you play your Christmas tree, and when you play the diamond, there's so much space out, and the spaces were exploited. That's how the first goal came, literally down the wide. All of the goals started from the wide areas and then ended centrally. It's a different thing if they played through you. But literally every goal came from the wide, a fullback getting the ball forward to a wing or someone, and then a cutback. Every single goal. So I think there he has to hold his pants.
Wow, one last thing. I like the diamond. And I think the diamond can work. And I think it could have worked because I think those two midfielders can account for that kind of like gap on the wings. I like the diamond. I just think it really didn't work on the day we got it worked. And on the Højlund subject, I love him. I think he's great. From what I see from him,
Listen.
I absolutely love him. I adore him. I didn't think I'd like him this much. Obviously, he's a United player. But I like his style of play. I like his touch. I like the way he moves with the ball. He doesn't like move like a tall person necessarily. He's not really like clanky. He's kind of like smooth. And I think give him time. Not to say he's going to be a world beater, but I'm really happy with him. I'm really happy with Reguilon as well. Reguilon plays as well.
You're going deep, blood. Tell me about Onana, blood. Again, stat for your ass, no? Since Onana started for Manchester United, he has faced 10 shots. Guess how many of those he has saved?
How many?
Of the test, give me a number.
3.
Exactly 3. The other 7 have been goals.
Yeah. Look,
10 shots on target.
But
10 shots on target. 7 of them are goals.
We always knew this was going to happen. I knew that this was going to happen.
I don't care. I'm pushing my agenda.
You can push your
agenda. I'm pushing my fucking agenda.
You can push your agenda,
but
the agenda
Onana
was pushed.
trash.
The number one agenda pusher saying that Davide was blind when he first came.
I don't know what he's talking about.
You are eventually, that's how it is with the new
He's
goal.
making up lies.
100%, bro. 100%.
The stat, the facts is 10 shots on target. Out of the 10 that were on target, he managed to keep 3 of them out of the net. And the other 7 have been dog shit. But look, let's sway away from that. We're talking about dog shit. Let's go into your favorite dog shit team in London, Chelsea.
Okay, let's go to Chelsea. 0-0. Chena back to it again. Wow.
Bro, did you see the Jackson? The Jackson was...
I didn't see the Jackson move.
Bro, so the ball comes to him on the left-hand side of the box, no? He hits it. And he slices across it so hard, he ends up on the deck, and the ball ends up way to the closer to the corner flag than to the goal. Yeah. And this is in the middle of the left-hand side, middle box on that small box side. I was just like, yeah, thank God.
I think they are just bad right now. They're struggling to stick together. They're struggling to make it work.
12 injuries.
And that's what really happens when you fucking throw a whole bunch of ingredients in a pot and you're trying to create a certain taste. You never really know what you're gonna fucking get. You got all the most expensive ingredients out there, and you're out here, your pot tastes like gunk. Your pot tastes like gunk, bro. You know what I mean?
Perfect analogy.
It's a difficult one. You can't just do that, blood. Fucking Don Bowley, this isn't fucking American football, blood.
This is not FIFA.
This is not FIFA. This is not NBA. This is not America. I think, not to be like, not to push an agenda like that, but I think these are Americans. I think they have a different take. They don't know what's going on. You come here, you're giving people lifetime contracts, and you like trying to buy the whole world.
Borderline slavery.
Yeah, you think you're gonna get somewhere. I think, you know what? It takes so much careful curation to form a good team in the Premier League or just in Gen these days. Like that doesn't work. Why couldn't he just watch United and see that it doesn't work? There was clear examples. Clear.
It was a
Every
young
single
case
time.
study.
A case study. Not even City did it that way. City curated their team over time. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Piece by piece.
And even that, no, when they were buying blindly, they quickly realized that wasn't working. They just kept buying. That's the thing. City will spend like 150 mil a window. So they'll buy 3-4 players, 2 of them will work. The other 2 will maybe be duds, you know, but they keep adding 2 players that work every window.
Yeah, and they can do that because they are buying a player and bringing him into a culture of winning.
Yeah.
You can't, if you ain't winning, you can't buy a billion players and then expect to be winning from there. You need to first create the winning culture and then you can spend like City. You know what I mean? But it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work.
And look, to be honest, Chelsea at the moment, I saw someone say that Chelsea are a team of dribblers and no shooters. I don't even think it's that. It's just a team devoid of anyone that has some realistic confidence. They look like they don't have
I like Enzo
shape.
Fernandez a lot though.
Enzo's good, but I think Enzo was injured that game. I'm not sure.
Is he?
I don't recall seeing Enzo. So he must have been injured. There's just so many issues within the Chelsea team that I don't really know how they fix. You know, there's a massive squad. All of these players are basically like brand new to the club. They're brand new to the country. Think about the simple things like just language. Just like basically language. Think how many different nations they have speaking there.
Bro, I don't even know who the fuck that is. Like, in
Enzo
Chagawogo.
was there, apologies.
In Chagawogo. You got in Chagawogo and you're playing 8?
But
I
it's
don't
like,
even know who that
every
is,
time I
blood.
watch Chelsea play, I feel like I'm learning a new word from the Oxford Dictionary. blood.
Bro, they have, look at their team quickly. They have an entirely new team besides maybe
Who's
Raheem
Washington?
Sterling. Who's Washington, bro?
I thought I was reading Bournemouth's bench, blood. Alex Matos, who are in it?
Chelsea
Alfie
have
Gilchrist.
lost grips of the identity as a football club, and they're trying to create a new one, but it's really difficult.
Bro, you
It's
know
difficult.
you're down bad, blood, when you're seeing number 15s, number 28s, number 29s, 36s, 42s, blood.
Alex Matos,
Bro,
Stuter.
I just
Whoa,
think Chelsea. I think Chelsea and Ten Hag kind of have the same thing with Poch and Ten Hag. I think it has to get really ugly and really dark, and you must go to the brink of where you're going to lose every inch of hope and question everything about them. And it's in that moment, where you're on the brink. Do you know when your job is literally on the line and you're fighting for your life? You have 2 choices. Either you can stick with the stupid cuck that you're doing now, that has gotten you in the situation, or you push through and you now play the game style that you want. If you're going to go out, you're going to go out on your sword. So you're going to go out pressing. You're going to go out pushing the ball. You're going to go out playing that ball fast, one touch. That's the, I think.
But remember, Arteta also had a fair few struggles. He had a couple of seasons where he was getting pretty bad as well. And he was getting shouts for out as well. But I think,
And the way he got out of it was, he decided, we were in our darkest hole, and then the next game, we came out and we played soccer. Like,
but
we
I
just
think
started playing.
more importantly, they stuck with him.
They,
That is the most
No,
important
but he
thing.
also played himself out of it.
Would you guys have been able to get here if they didn't stick with him?
no. He definitely got graced. That's 7 losses.
Exactly.
But,
that is important. They stuck with him. And that's the only
But
way,
at what
bro.
point do you stick with a dad, blood? It's like if your girlfriend's cheating on you, blood, yes, you can stick with her
But there's a whole
and hope it
different
gets
story.
better, blood. Or next thing, this girl's pregnant, blood, and you don't know who the daddy is.
So let's say, okay, here's
what's going on?
a good scenario for you, know. Let's say I bring in Bakes from like Bakes during that 7 defeats.
Yeah.
We have time machine, we bring that Bakes in, and we have you Bakes. How are you going to convince that? And you are not trying to convince that Bakes to like stick with the manager because good things are coming. What do you think he's gonna be telling you?
Wishing you just to cuck to me.
Exactly.
We just fucking lost 7.
Exactly, bro.
Hey, man.
It's very easy to get in your feels and like get lost in the sauce.
Are you talking?
Yeah. You know what I mean? So I think time at the end of the day solves so many like fucking complex equations. Time, bro.
And look at, like, when you're talking about time, look at Liverpool. Look at how well timed. In the beginning, Klopp wasn't that
bro.
great, blood.
Yes,
And then
bro.
Klopp started getting a little pieces. The next thing you started seeing heavy metal football.
You only
blood.
see the best of a manager after like 4 or 5 seasons.
I think if you can keep a manager for about 4 seasons, and and you're seeing a steady improvement, odds are you're going to build a really good team
Yes.
in season
And I
4
think
and
that's
5.
the secret sauce. That's the
So,
secret sauce.
in season, there is obviously managers like Pep that has an unlimited checkbook, always goes to the best team in the country, and he has a good basis, so you just need to add pieces and like train them.
But
to play
took
their
Pep
way.
2 seasons, didn't it?
It did, no, but still, Pep had the best squad in the league. Pep walked into the best squad in the league,
Yeah.
and he had an unlimited checkbook.
100%.
So
100%.
so it's not like Pep had to do much. You know, they were already the best team in the nation, and even with Bayern, Barca, he walked into the generational Barca.
Pep has just had the best team.
Pep has had the
Pep's
best
been
teams.
eating good for the longest time.
I'm telling you, if Pep went to Spurs and won them a league, I'd be impressed.
Yeah, I respect him there.
If he got
100%.
Spurs a Carabao Cup, blood, I would be impressed.
Pep goes to England and wins them a World Cup.
Yeah,
There you go, my respect.
nicely
You
there.
know what? That Chelsea like roster reminded me of. Like, have you guys ever played FIFA, no? And like you've summed to like season 3, season
Yeah.
4, and you're just checking the roster of the team. You don't know who the fuck is on this thing. There's a bunch of people with blank faces. That is what we just saw from the Chelsea team. I'm not gonna lie.
Exactly. Look here on this Liverpool game. Let's come back to them. I think Liverpool was so dog shit. I was watching the game and I was rejoicing, because some of my friends are Liverpool supporters, like diehards. And I switch on the game and it's 1-0 blood. I'm going bits. I'm going crazy. I thought Wolves scored another. I think it might have been ruled off for offside or something. I just know there was a chance for another goal and I lost my mind. And then there were so many opportunities. It was that Cunha did like a header chest thing, like in front of the goalpost. And I'm like, guys, you can't play with Liverpool.
Yeah.
For good reason. Liverpool come back 3-1. It was disgusting.
I think they're gonna come back stronger this season. I think Liverpool, even though they were starting last season, they still have a good culture going. They still have a good thing going.
They do, no? But I was watching the team, and the team is not as terrifying as they were. They don't have that X factor to them.
You think so?
'Cause-
I don't
no,
know, bro.
because they
Difficult to
no,
say that.
I'm watching them, and I remember watching Liverpool 2 seasons ago, and I was just like, it's clear that they could be the best team in the world. Or just the intensity of the game, the rate at which everything was happening. They win the ball back instantly. When they're playing the ball, it's fast and hard, long switches. Everything is just going now. They're good. They still move the ball at that same speed, but defensively. And when I say defensively, I just mean they don't have as much control over games. They can get overrun now. Like, Wolves were running at them, breaking at them. Every loose ball Wolves was getting. And I think when Fabinho and Hendo was in there, that wasn't allowed because both of them were kind of, safe hands for the ball.
Yeah.
They would clean up after each other. If Hendo goes out, then Fabinho covers. If Fabinho goes out, Hendo covers. And then that kind of allowed them to play their game. When they said Wijnaldum was exactly the same. Wijnaldum just covered space like a lunatic.
And I think they had that offensive defense that I was speaking about earlier, where they could just hound you. They were dogs.
That's what I'm saying. And
But can you
everyone
really
plays.
keep that up long term? That's the thing. How many seasons can you keep that
You
up? for?
can't. You're gonna burn your players
You'll
out.
burn out?
Everyone will burn out. And this Indo nigga, I don't know about him, but I don't know if he's that guy. So I'm not overly concerned. Chelsea went to go take Lavia and Caicedo. If Liverpool got one of them, I would have been more concerned about Liverpool. Because McAllister's good, that Sabozla is good. Who's that other young one they brought in now? There was
The
another
Japanese one.
Indo also, but that's a brand new midfield. I'm just not convinced by them right now. That said, I do think Liverpool's here to stick around this season. I think Liverpool is in that top 3 conversation, definitely.
I do
Just-
think so as well, yeah.
Definitely, and I think it's good because Arsenal alone do not have the strength to take out City. We need other teams around us that can take some points of City, blood.
Yeah.
And Liverpool, if they are just in reasonable form, yes, they could take points of us, but they could also take points of City. That just makes the league better. That 2-horse race was too much pressure for Arsenal.
See, if it's 2 horses, I'm putting all my chips on blue.
Exactly.
I'm not
there's
gonna lie,
three-
bro.
you know, when
and
there's-
I'm from the red side of Manchester, so yeah.
See, I don't see us beating them in a head-to-head again.
fucking
I know.
juggernauts, bro. Man
That's the
City.
thing. We need someone else to pull through and take a result,
Yeah,
blood.
bro, it's tough. It needs to be a collective.
It must be a group
collective
effort. We have to
effort.
run up on these
Yeah,
men.
100%. 100%. United is out. You're giving out the stab. You're giving it we can.
Oh,
We'll just stab him in the thigh.
And even City, I'm watching the City game and I'm just like, yo,
You see that stuck with Haaland is fucking, he floats in mud and he tries to finish it. I'm like, what kind of steroids are they injecting in this brother's bum that he can do cock like this? Bro, Holland. It's almost like, I was watching the highlights, like, okay, I'm glad Holland is going to score. And then Holland just goes and scores. It's like he just takes a chance, no? And it's definitive.
And
it's
he
definitive finish.
I realized, no? I saw that goal, blood. Holland, that wasn't a quality finish. He just kicked that ball hard, blood. He kicks that ball so hard. There's nothing you can do. Because it was like it was a mid finish. It wasn't like, oh, he placed it. Like, no. It's not like Trossard's. It was just like, okay, that's unsavable. With Haaland's one, he knocked the ball into the corner.
And I think it's that. He's just got that kind of, that essence within him. He just knows it's going to be goal. So he'll just strike and cock hard at you and see what you can do about it. You know what I mean? And oftentimes, that'll get boss and keep. You know what I mean?
Fuck, man, it pisses me off.
So this crazy.
Yo,
we've
been cussing today.
Yeah.
We've been cussing.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry guys. I'm so sorry. We were trying.
We're gonna try to
but
beep
we'll be
it out.
better. We'll be better.
I won't.
Maybe 50 more subs and that'll help
50
a lot.
more subs, no more cussing.
And remember, comments. You want to talk about the rugby? You can if you want to.
Let us know. Let us know if you want us to do a watch along for when South Africa inevitably get to the semi-finals or the finals. We could do that.
Well, we could do that.
We could do that. Look here, we're not gonna give you the greatest. It's not gonna be like a soccer team where we can break down things, but we can shout really loud. Like. That's definitely one.
We'll turn up for you. We'll turn up for you guys. 100%.
Just a quick look ahead to next week's.
Did we cover everything?
Yeah, I feel like we spoke about everything. What other games is that?
With the Spurs, bro. I forgot even Spurs, man.
I ain't got no interest in Spurs,
Yo, Spurs, Madison. Yo, bro.
Fuck them niggas.
The fact that they always chanted him saying Southgate says yo shit. Bro, I think Madison is playing. He's playing liquor, bro. He's
Madison
playing
has been disgusting.
He's playing mad.
He's in the category for signing of the season right now.
Yeah, but hopefully he keeps it up. I think Madison.
I don't want him to keep it up. Why would I want him to keep it up? I hope he breaks something, twists something, but
maybe because I'm maybe not that. Even though I'm not that threatened by Spurs, but Spurs look good this season.
The thing is, no, Spurs will run up on you. That's the
Spurs
thing.
will run up on you. They will definitely run up. They ran up on us.
Yeah,
we've been caught lacking.
Spurs will run up on you. And next week is the North London derby, Arsenal Spurs.
I love that. I need a dub for Spurs.
Why Spurs and Arsenal's on the same points?
I need
Arsenal and Spurs. Look at the table.
But I don't know anyone that supports Spurs, so I know it doesn't matter to me, bro.
Like, look at the table, blood. All of us: Arsenal, Liverpool, Spurs, 13.
Brighton are right up there, bro.
12.
Brighton are such a good football team.
They are. They really
you know what, nah? If we could, you know how much Brighton's team costs?
17 million.
17 million.
Knocked you off the park.
17 million. And if anyone else comes with a cack that it's not the way your club is run, have a look at Brighton.
No.
17 million.
The thing is, I've noticed why Ten Hag is the perfect manager for United. Because he's just like your fans. It's just like all of you. Instead of focusing on the actual problem, you just want to blame the Glazers, you want to blame this. Ten Hag is talking about, oh no, we should have had a penalty, we should have had it. Ten Hag is literally turning into Ollie blood. He's just starting to make up shit after the game to blame. I'm just like, blood.
Okay, objectively. Look at the camera, objectively. Yeah. Is United, the club, is it run well? Objectively.
It's not the worst run club.
No, is it run? The
worse.
question was, is United as a club run well? Look at the camera and answer the question.
No.
That's what I'm saying.
But no. That's not all you're saying. You're blaming everything on that. I
didn't blame the loss.
Okay.
I didn't blame anything on
that. Do
that.
Spurs supporters think that Tottenham is run well?
I don't know any Spurs supporters, to be honest.
No, they don't. They think Tottenham's run shit, but Tottenham's a well-run club.
And that may be true.
That's the thing. United have somehow been able to pay for you spoiled brats for every toy you want, and you are still fucking sitting here crying about toys.
Listen here. You can get bought anything you want.
Yeah.
It doesn't change an objective fact. You can buy whatever you want.
So there's no accountability for you either, as the fans.
How are we accountable for the signings that our club is making? Think about what you are saying now. Think about that practically.
So they didn't threaten to bomb Woodward's house.
Think about what you are
Bruno.
saying practically. You are trying to say, I've heard this so much before, and this vexes me.
I don't think.
You delusional people saying United fans are to blame for United's problems. We actually have no control. If we had control, there would be no more Glazers. If we had a
You
say,
literally have control. Y'all just want to act
There's-
like your hands are clean.
honestly,
Y'all throw stones
honestly,
and hide your hands,
realistically, you think the fans can make a difference to the way the club is run? You
At
think
Manchester United, the fans can make anything happen. It's the only club.
why are the Glazers still
it's
there?
the only club where fan influence
So
is
why
that
are the
high.
Glazers still there?
Your club epitomizes fan power because the Glazers is the last possible thing you can influence. And even that you're on the brink of doing. You've influenced everything out. You
I
can get
think
any
you-
manager out. You can get any player out. At Manchester United, fan power is at its highest in the world's game.
Our fan power is pretty high, but I think you are overestimating what
And it's
fans
not
can
only that,
contribute to a
and
team.
and let's not go off. I'm saying that Ten Hag, no? The reason you lost to Brighton was Ten Hag made mistakes. Y'all talking about the Glazers. Y'all will always bounce
Now
back.
you see,
Y'all
that's,
always
that's
bounce
where you,
back.
that's where you're wrong. I wasn't even mentioning why we lost, whatever. I didn't link it to that completely at all. I told you, look at the way Brighton is run as a well-run football club, as in admiration to this team that is doing so well, being run like a well-owned machine. And I'm saying that why can they be run so well and we can't? As a sleeping
now perfect.
giant.
No, not perfect. No, that analogy you used is the exact thing I mentioned with Spurs. Now think about this. So Spurs supporters don't think they run well, eh?
Yeah.
You saying Brighton's a well-run club. What happens to Brighton every single season? So he wants United to be a well-run club. No? What happens to Brighton every season? They lose their two best players every single season.
Bro.
Well-run.
Bro.
That's what he's saying is a well-run.
Do you
club.
remember-
You see how I see how well-run is objective.
Do you remember?
It's objective to your club situation.
Do you remember when you were telling me Arsenal is not well run? There was many times you told me the
I don't
same
know what
thing.
you're talking about.
Exactly. Now you're gonna deny it.
No,
you know
you
what I
can't
mean?
just say a
You're
statement
gonna deny
and be
it.
like, no,
You know
you're
how
gonna
many
deny
times
it
this,
now.
bro? Do you know how many
No,
times?
man, nigga.
You know how many
You
times
can't
this,
just
bro?
be making
You know how many
statements and then
times
be like,
this,
you're
bro?
gonna
This,
deny
bro,
it.
hit me up with her.
You're
Oh,
gonna
take her
deny it.
out. We are the Krongies are so terrible. Blah blah. That's how fandom works. We want the best for our club,
This nigga just
and we
out here
can
making
see
up
why
shit,
that
man.
we aren't run well. And now you're
But
on your high horse saying
I like
because
how
you guys,
you,
because
I like
you
how
guys,
you're twisting
Yeah.
away from the obvious point. No, answer me.
Now you're on your
Do you
high
want-
horse. Now you're on your high horse because you guys are
Answer
playing
me.
well.
Do you want the Brighton model? Because Brighton's such a well-run club. Do you want the Brighton model?
I don't want the
So
model
what-
exactly.
Exactly.
But I want
but
a
they
well-run
are
football
what?
club. I
But
want
they
a
are a
well-run-
well-run football club.
Yes.
So if you want a well-run football club, there's a well-run football club. Why don't you
don't-
take their model?
You don't
What's
need
good?
to take. Okay.
What's
Look
good,
here.
man?
I can
Look
give
here.
you. I can give you 3 well-run football clubs here.
Show
No?
me.
With different models.
Show me.
Brighton, Liverpool, maybe Arsenal,
Liverpool's fans
Spurs,
hate their
City,
club.
City, and then
City's the
City.
only one on that list.
And now I have a choice between the model. I choose City, and then what?
City's one club out of 20.
So why can't if I can choose Brighton's model? Why can't I choose City's model?
Because then we can all choose City's model.
You
but
can.
that's not realistic.
You can want that for your club. You can want a better life for yourself. This is the life. This is how life
He's
works.
delusional.
You can want
He's
a better life for
delusional.
yourself.
He
You
is.
don't have to. You don't have to sit
is
in the
delusional.
slums and like have a terrible
delusional.
life. You can want more. Kids, listen to me now. You see the lights is going off now because I can't be talking.
He's not gonna hit this shit.
As I was saying,
okay.
kids, listen carefully. Listen carefully. If you can always want better. There's nothing wrong for striving better. You can believe United supporters keep up the fight. We want better. We want what City has. Everybody does. I want Prime Barca. Everybody does. That's what you want for your club.